When you arrive at Cobville, you park at the edge of the property and walk in. I was in Cobville for a 2-day workshop from Friday night to Sunday afternoon. This is a Saturday morning in January. Most of the buildings follow this path. To the right is the main meeting place, which they call Myrtle, plus the outdoor kitchen. There's a cob wall that winds through Cobville. Sometimes it acts as a wall for some of the buildings. Archways are common here. I think they're about 6 feet tall, requiring me to duck under them. The night before, we spent a lot of time learning about the properties of fire and heat. To the right is where we held our fire demonstrations. And to the left, you'll be able to see a cob oven. And then right about there, you can see a little building called Dusk and Dawn. And I spent the night in Dawn. And somebody else, the workshop, spent the night in Dusk. You can see a wee bit of frost on the ground. Off to the left here, there's a sink to wash up and a shower. Further up the path is a few more buildings, and I'll show that later in the video. Now we're going to skip to a little later in the morning. It's after breakfast and just before the workshop resumes. Straight ahead is the little office where we will install a rocket mass heater as part of the workshop. That's the back door to Myrtle. There's the gardens. Now we're just going to poke our head inside Myrtle for a sec.
The water on the stove is warm. I'm sorry, the rocket stove? You could, if you need more water, you could take the kettles on the rocket stove and take them into the kitchen, and we can bring them to a boil.
Shortly after this, the workshop got started. The next morning, Max took us on a little bit of a tour.
Here we're still in like glaring sun, and yeah. You like about guitar? Yeah, especially that hour. Yeah. So
And you call it Hop's Castle?
yeah, the guy named Hops lives here for a while, and I guess it's stuck.
Inside, we were given an opportunity to play with a rumford stove for a bit. The workshop wrapped up at about 1 o'clock, and then Ianto Evans gave us a personal tour of Cobville.
Isn't that nice?
Is that mica flakes in there?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've seen the squash blossom on this side. This is Betty Seaman's work. He's a professional artist from Southern California who teaches for us. Did you both stick your nose into my hovel?
Is this your hovel?
That's my hovel. We moved the office here. Actually, if you come and sit down, you get a much better idea of what it's about. And it's not a stand-up space even for me. So this is where I live.
So you've got a pocket rocket.
That's a Kiko, by the way. What is it? It's a Kiko.
A Kiko, a work by Kiko?
Yeah, it is. And it fell and broke, but it is a Fibonacci series and a Fibonacci spiral. Oh, goodness. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21 series. Yeah, it's quite complex and interesting. Come on in. Alpine and Arctic on that side, subtropical on this side, such as guava. Actually, the only person I know who grows guava. This is a Southern Oregon, I've heard. Pineapple guava, That's a loquat. Yeah, it's just starting to throw leaves now. It's warm enough in this corner that it was 25 degrees this morning, and it's leafing out.
It's got new growth.
Yep. And I moved this citrus in here about the end of this month. They love it. And it can actually be in the 30s where you are. Here. Wow, it's amazing. And that's measured, not guessed.
Right.
Yeah. So, Dawn and Dusk, everybody's had a chance to have a good look at that book.
Have you seen them, Albert?
Not really, no.
Put your head in.
Yeah?
Harry and Karen are gone, and we're on the other side here.
Yeah. Just stick your head in. There's that back.
Sweet. That's a sweet little space.
You know, I think
And from the ends of the building, you can see that it not only is it sway back, but the ridge curves to the south, which enables us to get the face of the building higher, so it works better as passive solar building.
Yeah.
And the back of the building is lower, so you lose less heat from that north wall.
Now we're going to see two buildings off the path. The first one is called Bedrock because when you get inside, there's a bed mounted on a really massive rock.
Pocket rocket. Smells nice.
Well, it's not quite the...
Well,
Oh,
it's got
are
a-
we in your way,
It's got
Albert?
quite a rock.
I don't want to get that rug dirty.
Yeah, well, you know, names like number 13 and so on, until something pops up. And so we had apprentices from...
This window looks like an exclamation point.
Yeah.
And I think that the window on the door is a plate.
It's like from the hospice store for dogs. Jim Cheese is a self-taught, rather inexperienced, but a natural woodworker. He does beautiful, beautiful work. The first thing he ever did, never done anything like that before. It's a computer geek. And on his 50th birthday, he quit. Ridge house, right? Yeah.
So you're going to have a
Rumford?
yeah, and then a bunk over the Rumford?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. And the bench alongside of the Rumford.
No. Oh, here's a rocket stove.
Where's the rock?
Saw the mast, thought, oh, there could be a rocket stove nearby, and I walked right past it.
Yep.
Sure blends in
We
pretty
were
well.
drawn in by the fireplace.
So it's a bit hard to get a feel of the spacing here right now, but there will, my desk will be here, and then there'll be a little counter with a 2-ring burner. And as you can see, I've got the best view in the whole place.
I have 3 more buildings to show on this tour, but YouTube has a 10-minute limit. So check around for a short part 2. If you like this sort of thing, come by the forums at permies.com, where we talk about alternative building, homesteading, and permaculture all the time.